The executive order for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve has officially been signed, and we have Bitcoin crashing down to $85,000. So this is down 5% in the last hour here. And we're going to be talking about that in this video. If you enjoy this content, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. There's also a link underneath the video to BTCC if you're interested in trading on a new platform. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let's take a look at the executive order here that was signed by President Trump. And so it mentions that the reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin owned by the federal government that was forfeited as part of criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings. This means that it will not cost taxpayers a dime. It is estimated that the US government owns about 200,000 Bitcoin. However, there has never been a complete audit. And so the executive order directs a full accounting of federal government's digital asset holdings. The US will not sell any Bitcoin deposited into the reserve. It will be kept as a store of value. The reserve is like a digital Fort Knox for the cryptocurrency often called digital gold. And so premature sales of Bitcoin have already cost US taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value now that the federal government will have a strategy to maximize the value of its holdings. The Secretaries of Treasury and Commerce are authorized to develop budget-neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin, provided that those strategies have no incremental cost on American taxpayers. And so as of right now, they're just converting the current holdings by the US government to a strategic reserve. They have no future plans as of right now to purchase more Bitcoin. However, that could change over time. Right, there is a meeting tomorrow, the first crypto summit meeting with a lot of people in the crypto industry. And so this is a step in the right direction. If we take a look at the US government holdings right here on Arkham, we can see they hold about 198,000 Bitcoin, currently worth about $17.22 billion. We can see they hold Ethereum as well. We can see they hold about $120 million of that. They have wrapped Bitcoin, they have BNB here, about $23.4 million worth. However, as David Sachs mentions, there has not been an official audit on what the US is holding. And so I'm sure that will be happening over the next few weeks or months, and so that's something else to be paying attention to. And so in addition to the strategic reserve, there will also be a US digital asset stockpile consisting of digital assets other than Bitcoin forfeited in criminal or civil proceedings. And so the government will not acquire additional assets for the stockpile beyond those obtained through forfeiture proceedings. And so just a few days ago, we had Donald Trump mention the strategic stockpile, which is going to hold Solana, XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, and then the strategic reserve. And so, based on the information that was given out a few days ago, I am assuming that they are going to be holding those cryptocurrencies. However, according to this, they're not going to be purchasing anymore as of right now. And so we can see President Trump promised to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. These promises have been kept. The executive order underscores President Trump's commitment to making the US the crypto capital of the world. And so, even though this does not seem as bullish as we thought, right? They're not coming out and saying that the US is going to be buying hundreds of Bitcoin, per week or per day. Them moving what their holdings are into a strategic reserve is a good step towards that, right? The US does not want to come out and say that they're going to be purchasing thousands of Bitcoin. They could be buying Bitcoin and accumulating it while other countries are not aware of that, right? And then they could come out and say they have so much Bitcoin. So maybe they do not want to publicly state that they're going to be buying more Bitcoin. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this. We have a few events coming up that is going to have a massive impact on the cryptocurrency markets. We're going to see a lot of volatility over the next 24 hours. We have the Digital Asset Summit with a lot of people attending in the cryptocurrency space that have been around for a very long time. We have the CEO of Mara. We have the CEO of Ripple attending, Brad Garlinghouse. We have Chris Giancarlo from the CFTC. We have the CEO of Falcon Network, CEO of Anchorage. We can see the CEO of Crypto.com. We have the CEO Brian Armstrong of Coinbase. We have Michael Saylor here. We also have the co-founder of Chainlink. And then there's other people involved as well, right? And so this is definitely going to be a big event here in the cryptocurrency space, and this is something to be talking about. I don't expect them to have a massive announcement here based on this event tomorrow. This is going to be happening at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And so in addition to that, we also have Jerome Powell speaking at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this is going to have an impact on the markets as well. And then we also have the employment data coming out tomorrow morning. And so this is happening at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And so we have all these events that are going to have an impact on the markets. And so there's going to be a lot of volatility in the markets with all of these events going on, with the employment data coming out in the morning. And then we have the Federal Reserve Board with Jerome Powell speaking at 12:30. And then we have the Crypto Summit event at 1:30 after that. And so there's a lot of information that is going to be announced, and so that's definitely something to be paying attention to. Now, based on the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, as I mentioned, this is not what a lot of people expected. However, I think it is a step in the right direction. I do not expect them to just come out and say, hey, we have a plan. It's going to be to buy 100 Bitcoin every single day for the next 3 years. That is not what I'd expect from the US government, right? They're just planning on holding on to the Bitcoin they have, which is very bullish, right? They could be selling the Bitcoin, which would have a major impact on the price of Bitcoin. However, if the US government is stockpiling Bitcoin, we're going to see other countries stockpiling Bitcoin as well, since this asset is limited, right? There's only 21 million Bitcoin that are ever going to exist, and the US government right now holds about 200,000 of the Bitcoin that is ever going to exist out of the 21 million. And so they could continue to accumulate more. And then we will also see if they're holding other crypto assets, right? Right now, based on Arkham here, we can see they hold Ethereum. We know they hold BNB. However, based on what Donald Trump said last weekend, they could potentially be holding Cardano, Solana, and Ripple as well. And so if you enjoyed this video and found the information to be helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. Also, make sure to check out that link underneath the video to BTCC if you're interested in trading on a new platform. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.